How to use Gacha Club, so I'm going to do a quick little video on how to do it. Clicking the body item lets you like change different poses and all that stuff. I am going to grab a pose for example. This one. The head rotation allows you to change your head rotation. This for actual body rotation. Changing the type of shadows. Flipping the character over. Changing types of hands. Let's do these for now. Character height. Head sizes. I like to have my character head sizes all the way small. Different character icons. I'm going to make this character female for the time being. This is where you change skin and skin outline. And then here, I was doing that for adjusting. Over here is where you change individual pieces of your character hair. Like, you can just make a lot of stuff here. I'm going to do this one. You can change individual hair color things the same way. I'm going to have the character have green hair. Why not? And then, like, change an accessory color stuff. It won't show up physically here. The front hair is where you obviously change front hair. But I'm going to first quickly do this, where I actually do a mask color change. Makes it a little easier doing it like that. That way everything's changed. Here's where you change, like, different front hairs. I'm back, and I'm just going to choose that for the time being. Put that over here. Back hair allows you to choose, like, what you want in the character for the character's main stuff. Back of the hair, ponytailed. You can obviously add ponytails. I'm not going to add one for the time being. And then a hoagie or calic. And then you can add that. Eyes. You can change the pupils. I'm going to do these for the time being. Eyes, you can change the eyes. I like these. Eyebrows. Change the eyebrows. Nose, you can change the nose. I'm doing that for now. Mouth. There's a lot of mouths. I'm going to do this one. And then you can have certain levels of blush. I'm going to have like that. You can, of course, change the position of it. And change the color of it. Of course, you can change the inside of the mouth as well. It won't always be immediately visible. And the same with the nose. Won't immediately be visible, but it will be later. I forgot to change the eye color. This is basically make a character with me at this point. And then you can, like, change this. And then here is an item. Presets just allows you to change, like, easy faces. I usually don't mess with this page because it's not one that's usually necessary. And now the adjust. This is one of my favorite things to use. Where here you can basically adjust everything. There are always things you can't adjust, of course, but it is what it is. You can also change the highlight mode. I usually like it like this. Change if there's an eye shine, where the eyes are facing, eyeshadow, the shadowing on the face. And then, of course, your chin. I just leave it at the default, though. You can adjust things like the hair. Now, because I played this game a lot, at this point, I have specific adjustments, so I tend to keep things the same. I don't admittingly remember my adjustments, but because I don't really change my adjustments on here enough. I will be back. I am back. I just had to look at a separate character, and so I could re-look at my mouth adjustments. Of course, you can change pupil size, eye size. Eyebrows. You can really adjust mostly anything. And overall, I enjoyed using this. Oh god, this video is much longer than I thought this was gonna be. Hats let you, like, change individual, like, hats and accessories. As well as there's glasses. I'm giving a simple hat for the time being. Actually, there might not be a hat. I might change my mind on this. Actually, I'm lying. There's going to be a hat. I'm just kind of changing the face and stuff. I feel like the mouth adjustment's right. It just doesn't look right to me. Wait. What? I knew something was off. I was just trying to remember the eye adjustments. And then, of course, you can adjust things like hats. And I'm going to give, like, a single clip for now. This is a random character. I'm going to go ahead and mess with backgrounds. Like this for the time being. Going into accessories, I can change the shirt logo to really anything. I don't really mess with this much, so I'm going to keep it off, but you can really do much as... You can go crazy on that. Scarves, you can really add whatever it wants, but usually matches with whatever your character's wearing. That shows I'm going to be using that set of colors later. Then, like, different face accessories. Say, like, you can have, like, markings, other weird stuff on there. And of course, you can adjust it over here and with the adjust button, which is usually, for the most part, on anything. You can have up to 3. I'm going to just keep 1 for now. Of course, there's jackets. Not many. And this is kind of like for the time being. There's individual pieces you can use. And then, of course, different shirts. And make this, like, blue or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of making something as I go. Of course, there's different belts. I'm just making a random character. So if my friend is watching, no, this is not my particular character. I'm just kind of making one the spur of the moment. You have 2 belts. Now in the lower section, since you have hats, accessories, upper, lower, other, and extra. Extra I don't use that much, but there's stuff over there. Pants, obviously I can do whatever pants I want. For the time being, I tend to use this one, but again, this is not up to me, it's up to you. It's gonna make sense if I match the pants. And then there's socks. Of course, you could change to have one sock be something different than the other. Really the same for anything that says something and then write something. I just don't tend to have them different unless it's like a specific thing. Most commonly, what I will replace are sleeves. Of course, you can change these colors too. We're going to have the skin tone as the base. But I'm going to put like a stripe down. Now, of course, there's shoes. So, like, let's say these. And then, of course, you can change the color. Honestly, this doesn't look great. I think I'm going to make this more bolder. I just feel like it makes more sense if they're a little bolder than when I gave it. I'm going back, because of course everyone can go back when they're designing. Now there's other, so like capes. And of course you can adjust these too. And of course, you can always press the stand button to see where it is. I actually really like the way this looks. Then there's tails. My character doesn't really need one since they aren't a particular animal of sorts. But you can always have one on there if you want there to be. Well, I'm going to put this one, but I'm not really going to do much to it since, again, there's really no need for it right now. Actually, fine, I'll add something that matches. I should try to make them match the best way I can. I also realized I wasn't sure if that matched for a minute. It does. And there we go. And next, there are wings. You can really mess with those however way you want. And of course, there's gloves. You can really do whatever the heck you want there. And then there's the extra button. The extra group. These I don't use often, but there are like shoulder things, which I will add for the sake of character design. Just kind of make it look like there's stripes on the actual shirt. These, unfortunately, cannot be adjusted. All you see here can be adjusted. There's extra things on the wrist. Like I'm gonna give like a golden buckle. There we go. Just to add some more concept. And then adding like certain little things on the knee accessories. Only one page here, and I think I am just going to add something like this. And that's near the end of the character. Next you go to Other, and you can select your props. For now I'm going to give this item. I tend to like, you can rotate, move them, size them, and of course you can change the hand to be what's necessary. You can of course change their colors as well. You can have 2 and a shield. Moving on to effects, you can tint your character by messing with this, with the tint button. And of course, changing the color said tint, I'm going to make it pink for the time being. And then add some slight tinting. Of course, I can have it so it slightly matches the background. I don't tend to use tinting that much, but you can tint if you want to. Tinting can oftentimes really bring out a certain set of colors. Like, it brings out the green more if I use the green sets. It really brings out the green more. If I do the blue, it really brings out the blue more. For red, it really brings out red or pink. It really brings out more of the outfit. Let me use black for now. Or actually, yellow. You can have different effects. And you can move them around. Of course, you can change their sizing. I'm not going to. You can change their tint effect, the tint on the effect. like that. I think I'm actually going to kind of change the tinting a little more. And you can change if the character can blink or not. I don't really keep blink on. You can also change like the flow of like stuff like hair, or really anything you've added through the animations. Then you can, of course, with the hide button, you can hide anything that you added. Like this. And you can get rid of the outlines if you want to. Although because the tail here is an outline, it will obviously be removed. Now you can change the order of where the eyes go, whether they are on the bottom, like underneath everything, if they're just underneath the front hair, but in front of the back hair, or if they go on top. I don't tend to use that one. I tend to just leave them underneath. You can, of course, have a body map to see what the character looks like when you have it taken apart. There's three body maps, 2 body maps, and a head map. With chat, you can change how the chat bubble looks. Now, of course, name font's not going to work right now. So, like, let's just type in something like that. And then you can change how the fonting looks. I tend to leave number 20 on. You can do the same with the chat font. Change your type of bubble. You can change the color of the name. Let's have that for now. The chat color, I'm going to make darker. The chat bubble will also be, chat bubble's outline will be dark. And the actual bubble color will be like that as well. Then chat style will show like where the name and bubble and stuff is. And then you can have emotes. There are 11 of them. Now for pets, you can just click one, change colors, and all that jazz. You can change their pet name. You can edit their chat bubble. It sure as heck won't look pretty sometimes. But you can also change the name font, chat font, bubble type, and chat style as well. You can change if they have an outline, change the rotation, their sizing, where they are, whether they're in the front or behind you, their pet, their shadow, their tinting. I believe I've only like 15 and it's dark yellow. And of course you can change the pet from inside. For instance, I'm going to make it a cloud and I'm going to have that is behind the player. Actually, I'm not going to do cloud. I've changed my mind. Just cat little mercat thing. I'm actually going to lighten it up so it kind of matches a little more with the outline. Of course, you can save these two. You can copy them like that. And then with objects, you choose an object. That's one I've used recently. You just choose whatever the heck you want. It won't physically show here. And then you change its colors. Sometimes color 3 won't show. You can change where it's sitting, change its depth, outlines, and tinting. And then you go to profile, where here you can put in their name. Shoot. Okay, I'm back. I just had to move that for a minute. My phone nearly died. You can use this to put in a character name. Like I'm put a name in for just temporarily. I can change when I want their birthday, their age, something about them, and then who they're created by. I'm going to use my username for the time being. You can put in their favorite title. I don't do this often. I'm going to put GachaTuber. Choose a favorite character. I'm going to use the one that looks like me. And then you can change their club. Use Club Wind. Then you can go into additional details and add certain favorite things, like favorite color, favorite food. Actually, that looks good. location, as well as their personality. And you can also finish off with their job. I'm just kind of putting stuff based on what they look like. And here you go. You have a character. That's really how you use the app, and that's all I wanted to do. Will this character stay? I do not know. From here, I'm not going to explain much else. But you can then enter into Studio. I'm gonna clear mine out real fast. From here, you can then change your backgrounds. I'm going to make it like stripes. I can like change the tinting. For the time being, I'm going to use this. I can change how big I want it, change individual background colors, move the background, and you can also add foregrounds. You can change their tinting and, of course, add your own twists there. And, of course, you can add your character. I'm going to shrink this down. You can move it. Change the chat. Have them say something like, hello. And then click update. Of course, you can change the style through in-game. And then, of course, if you have to, shrink your character down. Just looking through all these things. And I'm just changing stuff. You can also do a quick little face preset change. You can also add other characters, like in your scene. I have a couple of characters. Those are just examples. You can also like do a quick change their pose. Of course, you can really adjust with all of these. Change and stuff like that. You can also flip them around, change their scaling, and also move their location. I believe this is what I have it as of right now. You can add different pets. Like, you can have more than one of them. Like, I'll have 3 out for now. I can add extra objects. Like, here's one I already made prior to this. I also have the pen I made from earlier. And you can also add a narrator. Whether it be any of your other characters, you can change if they're off only when you click the view button. Change where it is location-wise. Changing name font. Colors and all that jazz. And all that fun little jazz. Of course, you can change the chat style too. And change the sizing. Right now I have it they only use viewed through view. Where you click the view button. I'm going to turn off the narration. And that's really all I'm going to cover here. Outside of that, there is the units thing, but that goes to the actual gacha thing within the game. I'm not going to cover that. I might cover that if anyone's interested later. Then there's like the battle thing, but again, that's a storyline, and that can be used to unlock some little characters in your units. Because the game isn't just about making characters and making stories. You can also do some battle stuff. There are also mini games that allow you to get more little points and gems. The points can be used to buy extra units. And then of course there's options like change your background music, your sound effects, your quality, language, like if I put it in Japanese. It's going to be all in Japanese. I'm going to change it back to English. I can return title, data transfer, reset studio, which will just reset everything within studio mode. There'll be a tutorial that shows you how to do everything, which, friendo, you should have clicked tutorial. This would have been a little easier. Credits. There's more stuff there. Then there's return to title and exit game. As well as force keyboard, which just opens your keyboard for whatever reason. I don't know why you need that open. And that's really all I have to tell you. I'm going to move the emote. And I'm just going to, for now, change this back to black. And that's all I really wanted to show. Bye now.